Hey everybody, I got my warm tea. It's not really hot, but it's warm in my Christmas room cup. And let's taste it real quick. It could be a little warmer, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I can't just leave it. I can't just leave you guys. Okay, so it's Friday night. Welcome to the Christmas room. Let's see what we got going on. Everybody get your cup of tea or hot chocolate or your soda or whatever it is you're going to have, and pretzels and beer or what. This is hibiscus tea. It's actually something fairly new. So let's go over to the Lumix. Let's take a seat. Let's take a seat in the story chair and turn on the story camera. Here we go. Okay, so this is Friday night. What's the date? July 21st. So next Friday will be 21st. It'll be past the 25th, right? Yeah, it'll be past the 25th. So I guess we'll celebrate Christmas Day in July all week. Because every month we get a Christmas Day. We get a 25th. And that would be the Christmas Day. So twice a year, we have the first half of the year, which is June 25th, and the second half of the year, which is July 25th. So Merry Christmas, regardless, and somebody's birthday. Whose birthday is it that's coming up? We do have a birthday, I think it's Jim Monday. And I think his birthday is sometime either last week or this week. All right, so tonight we are on this guy. Let's pull him down and aim him towards the mouth. The mouth speaks. I've tried to talk with my ears, nose, and eyes, but it's the mouth that winds up speaking. So what's the title of this show? We're going to be practicing. We're going to be practicing. I'm going to be practicing. You're going to be watching and laughing, okay? Because you're going to watch me. I need to make a video to show people a little bit about the focus system on the S52. So I cannot run the cameras on automatic tonight for them to change because I have unplugged one of the cameras. And can you see it behind my shoulder? There's a camera behind me. I lean my head back and the focus system. So I brought the Olympus. I did a little bit of camera changes. So let's start, and I'll tell you all about that. Let's start with Scotty. Hi, Scotty. Oh, it's dessert night. That is my favorite night. Make your own flurry in Peter's blender. No. Well, I can use the other blender. I don't let anybody touch my Vitamix. Seriously? Scoop some vanilla ice cream and pick from Oreos, Butterfingers, candy bars, M&Ms, or just some strawberries. What do you mean pick from? You can only have one. Why can't I put all of those in there? All in the blender. Everybody in at once. Okay, right, Scotty? I mean, you wouldn't think of just having, you know, ice cream and Oreos. Well, actually, it doesn't sound too bad, does it? So, hello, everybody. What's up, Doc? How are you doing, Woody? What's going on in Virginia? And when I say Virginia, I think of David Cook, who's probably sleeping or not home. And I think of Jim Monday, who's in that same neighborhood, and Woody. So we got a lot of people in there. So Roy is saying, good day, Peter. I'll be right back. Roy, it's down the hall, the first door to the left, okay? Make sure you wash your hands when you're done. Hello. There's John. I was just talking about you, Jim. What day is your birthday? Is it this coming Friday or this week, or was it last week? Good evening, Peter and everybody. And the tea sounds good, yeah. I'll grab some green tea with honey and lemon. Jim Monday's birthday is July 24th. No, I need to know what day. What day? So wait a minute. I can figure this out. I am capable. So today is the 21st. Tuesday is the 22nd. Wednesday is the 23rd. Thursday is the 24th. So your birthday's on Thursday. And Friday is the 25th. So Friday is the 25th. I'm excited for Thursday and Friday. But anyway, Thursday will be Jim's birthday. And at our age, our birthday goes the whole weekend. We could celebrate on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And some of us will even go on into the next week. Hey, at our age, we can do that kind of stuff. Who's going to stop us? The birthday police? Seriously? Jim, you're going to love your warm tea as you just lounge and relax. Okay. So if you're wondering why we're not using the black labels, is because the cameras are not rotating. And if you're wondering why aren't the cameras rotating, is because if I lean back, okay, I just set up a camera over here. See that one right there? That's the Olympus. So I did a little, you know what they call it? Juggling. This is so good. I have to keep drinking this. This is so darn good. So what's in my tea? All right, I boiled some hot water, and after the water was close to boiling, I put a tea bag in there of something that Osvaldo sent me. It's called hibiscus tea. Never heard of it before. It's a little on the sweet side. It's made from the hibiscus flower. I don't even know what it's made from. I know we couldn't eat hibiscus when we were kids because the hibiscus plant or bush or whatever was poisonous. Okay. Maybe Osvaldo's trying to poison me. I never thought of that. Boing. So I have hibiscus tea, which I steeped for about 5 minutes because I needed to come in here. But I can tell you, this stuff is like a stinking dessert. I have a little more than 1/8 of a teaspoon of monk fruit. So you could put sugar, you could put honey. Okay, so I'm trying to stay away. I'm going to put this down. I'm just going to drink this whole stinking thing. You could put honey, sugar, a whole bunch of stuff. So I switched over because I've been losing weight. You know something? I looked at one of my older videos. I really did lose weight. I look so much better now. I look like a fat pastry puff. Just a year ago, it was like, damn, was I fat. Porco, piggy. And like I've lost 50, 60 pounds, somewhere in there, all right? And I look so different. I'd have to say, I look so much different. This is becoming the Christmas room shirt. I just love the way this shirt responds to these cameras. So I think the exposures are all set. So if I go over to the Panasonic, it would be over here. So now this is what the Panasonic looks like from this angle. So Jim Monday's birthday is, I believe, next Thursday. So today is, no, I think I did the math wrong. Do it over again. 21st is Friday. 22nd is Saturday. 23rd is Sunday. 24th is Monday. I started like at the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So next Friday is not the 25th. I messed that up. That's why we have doctors in the house. We got geniuses. And then you got Peter. Okay? So we'll get it. So anyway, you will be enjoying some nice warm tea. It really hits the spot. And if you got a cookie to go with it, even better. So Scotty says, hold the phone till Roy gets back. Nobody move. Everybody stay right where you are. Roy, make sure the paperwork is done when you're finished. So Woody is saying, Jim Monday, you back in Richmond tonight? Yes, I spoke with him on the phone. So he's in Richmond, unless he took off. So Scotty says, dang, that Z6 looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, thank God I got some pretty good cameras going on here. The Z6 looks, see, I made it rhyme, amazing. So this guy has got to look amazing too. And I've been tuning it in here and tuning it in there to make this guy look amazing. I'm open for suggestions, guys. Okay, so Sammy's here. How you doing, Sammy? I love you, buddy. So Woody's on the ball. 24th is Monday. So everybody feeling good? Joey's good. The Tesla's good. Sammy, you good. Max is good. I don't know your parents' name, but how they doing? So I hope, yeah, Scotty, you got it right, buddy. My calendar skills are not so hot. There is a calendar skill problem. Thank God my camera skills, well, you might have a different thought. I was going to say, thank God my camera skills are better than my calendar skills, okay? Okay, so here's Jim. He's going to put me in my place. There's something flawed in that calculation. My birthday is Monday, July 24th. So the 25th will be on Tuesday. So forget the next Friday is Christmas. So Tuesday will be Christmas. Monday and all week long will be Jim Monday's birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jim Monday. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? Oh, how old are you now? Oh, how old are you, Jim Monday? It just kind of fits in there real good. How old are you now? And whoever is having their birthday, okay. Craig, how you doing? I love you, buddy. Good evening, Craig and crew. I turned 60 okay, all right. Where is that mic? All right, I'm going to get the mic where I can grab this and have me, what does the Flintstones say? A grand old time. Okay, so in order to make this work, I have to get the cable. I have to come over here, but I've got to put that on and put that mic on. Happy birthday to Craig. Happy birthday to Craig. Happy birthday, Craig, you old man. Happy birthday to you. And another one. Happy birthday to Jim. Happy birthday to Jim. Happy birthday, dear old Jim. Happy birthday to you. Okay, now I went back to the other mic. What am I supposed to do with this one now? Oh, God. So many problems when you're doing live streaming. I'm going to lean over and put it over there. Over there, over there. Do I have my volume bar working? Yes. Is it time for a little sip of tea? Yeah, actually it is. There's no tea police in here. The only person that I know is a tea expert is Carlos's wife, Meg. Now, she is the tea expert. I believe Meg is Asian. That says it all right there, okay? Plus, Meg served me green tea. And poor Carlos just sat there and watched. I'm sure he was thinking, where's my tea? So, happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday, Craig. I love everybody in here. You guys are such a pleasure. Really, really, really. Woody is saying, Jim, my 30 years of traveling have been over for almost 10 years. I vowed never to get in a plane again. Wow, that's pretty radical, Woody. So I'm guessing you ain't doing no flying, right? No flying for Woody. I was just talking about Carl. Wasn't I talking? Yes, because I was talking about his wife, Meg. Okay. Hey, Peter. Hi, everybody. Hi, Carlos. Motivated Minds. On the next show that I think I'm going to put, if I remember. Oh, I have a new idea. Let me run it past everybody. There's a few of you guys, and there's a few of other people that have given $100 or more. It's in the last month or two. Okay. So I want to get that going on the big channel to motivate people if they wanted. They don't know how to bless the channel. Okay. So I want to start by doing something to the effect of this show. How did I word it? I had a really good wording. This program is made possible by a donation grant from Jim Monday. The details will be in the description. And then from there, I wanted to go into, let me practice that a second. This show is brought to you by a donation grant from Jim Monday. Donations, no. Well, I'll get it. Give me a chance, okay? I'm going to be 70, all right? So I need a script. Where's the script? I can't find the script. Okay, so this program is made possible by a donation grant from Jim Monday. Information is in the description below.
Relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Voila! Except it's going to the wrong camera. So I could get that. I can handle that. Okay? That's not a problem. I can handle that part. So let's go back over here. Okay, so I'm thinking, the whole point is I'm thinking, you know, the people that actually give an amount, I think they should be thanked. Okay, I think it's a very important feature. Okay, it'll be a little smoother than what I just did, but I don't want to say a grant. Like, you remember where this comes from? It comes from the PBS. You ever see PBS? They'll open their show. This program is made possible by a grant from the IBM Corporation. And then they would roll right in. So I'm thinking if I do that, I can hit my brother up for $100. It's going to be $100 or higher. That's what gives them the right to baptize that show. And it would not be here. It's going to be on the big channel. So I'm going to be working on a video, or I am working on a video. And you're going to actually watch me practice a little bit on you guys. So I want to change the opening of the main videos. So anybody that wants to put in $100 or more. I'm not talking about you guys here. Okay, so chill. I'm not asking for money. All right. So, but on that show, I can take somebody that, and it could be a company. That's why I said details in the description below. So let's say it is my brother, or let's say it is somebody that wants to start something. So like a while back, Tom Buck has given $100. So it could be like, and what's the opening line? I have a hard time with that sentence. I'm going to have to refine it. So it's going to have to go something like, this program is made possible by a donation grant from Tom Buck and his wife, Heather. Information is in the description below. And then down there, I would put Tom Buck's YouTube channel is here. And please go visit him. Tom Buck made a donation that made the program for today possible. So that'll be right up at the top of the description. And then you would get that introduction, which is my standard introduction. And then good old Peter Gregg, I just smacked the microphone. Sorry, you guys that have earbuds, okay? We would just start the video. I just want to know if you like the idea or not. I don't know why I'm rambling on and on about this. Because most of you guys are in the YouTube business, and you all know, you know, there's somebody that will come along and they want to bless you. You need a way to say thank you. I'd like to do more than just saying, you know, thank you, Carlos at Motivated Minds, for this or that. I'd like it to be a little more structured, And I'd like it to be kind of a way where these people that actually do give $100 or more have a way to reach my audience. It's not quite sponsored, so I don't have to go over to the sponsor, because it's a donation grant, okay, or grant donation. I don't know which way is the right way to put it. I don't want to use donation by itself, and I don't want to use grant by itself, because each word has a different meaning. I want to marry those two words. So this program is made possible by a donation grant by Joe's Car Waxing in Miami, Florida. Details are in the description below. Now in the description below, and then it would go into the opening intro. And in the description below, it would say Joe's Car Waxing and Detailing, phone number or address, whatever he wants to put, and maybe an email address, and that will portray him prominently. So do you see where I'm going here? It's kind of like bypassing everything everybody else is doing, but still giving a funnel to where the show could actually be blessed with a donation grant for that particular show. And other people might see value in that. People could, locally here in Miami, they could actually put their name up right at the beginning of my videos. Or somebody trying to push their YouTube channel, their name could be right up at the beginning of the videos. So it's actually giving something back to that person, and I'm not just taking in money and saying, oh, thank you. I want to do something to bless that person in reverse. Why is my hair flopping? All right. So that's my idea. You guys could shoot it down, or you could say, hey, Peter, you came up with a good idea. I think I'll steal that and use it myself. Oh. So I left off with Carlos saying hi. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Meg. Peter always looks amazing. Oh, I bet you say that to all the boys. Sammy, what are you doing? Flirting with me? Thank you. I appreciate that. It's always good when somebody compliments you. It makes you feel good, honestly. Because I know all of you. There's nothing underhanded here. So when I say I love you, you guys know me long enough to know I just love you. What else am I going to tell you? So Sammy is saying Max is good, his parents are good, he's good, Joey's good, the Tesla's good. Boy, you covered it all. So Jeff is saying, good day, Peter and all in the Christmas room. I hope you are all just doing fantastic. I haven't heard from Sly, so I don't know if she's en route, if she's arrived, if she's even working. So Scotty says that he took his 91-year-old grandmother in for a test to see if she could still drive. I didn't think she would pass, but she did. Well, that gives me hope, because I'm beginning to have thoughts, Scotty, and everybody. I love cars and driving. I don't do it very much. Can't wait to get my Tesla. God's going to bless me. Lord, thank you so much for my Tesla. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, I want a white one with a white interior, not the performance model, Lord. I want the long range model. I don't know if God's on this side or on this side, so I'm just looking in case. I want to cover all my bases. Okay. So she passed. Tell your mother congratulations to you. Congratulations to Scotty's mama. Congratulations, Scotty's mama, for passing your driver's license test. Yay, that's a big accomplishment for her. So Craig says, thank you, Peter. Happy birthday, dear Craig. Happy birthday, dear Craig. You didn't think you were going to get away with just one, did you? Happy birthday, dear Craig. Everybody loves you, and so do I. So Carlos says, nobody. I was stuck. Sorry, Carlos. Makes the S5 look better than you, Peter. Would everyone agree that Peter looks stunning in that shirt color? Yeah, you know something, guys? It's something that you notice. But people don't normally talk about my clothes. I mean, do I talk about your clothes? I don't talk about anybody's clothes on YouTube, and I watch a lot, okay? So I have gotten hooked, terribly hooked, on watching gardener or landscaping videos. Don't ask why. You're just going to wind up insulting me by saying, Peter, you crazy. You're loco. But I watch more landscaping videos, and no, I can't get out there and cut the grass. It's too much for me. I come back in huffing and puffing. So I will not be opening up a landscaping video channel, all right? But I've even changed the way I shave my face by watching the way these guys basically cut the grass. I'm talking about people that are into it, okay? Because I watch people that mow the lawn, and they just mow the lawn, get it done with, okay? That's one kind. That would have been me. Then I watch people that mow the lawn that know what the heck they're doing. They really, really do. They know exactly what they're doing. And the procedure goes like this, okay? They trim the edges. They lower, especially if it's very tall, they lower the grass length right around where the sidewalk and everything meets. They run the edger there. Then this is on super tall grass, okay? Then they run the mower. Usually it's a stand-on mower or a mower that I wouldn't buy, all right? But they only lower it some. They don't take it down to the final length. They lower it some. Now, I'll say something about that in a second. Then they go over it again to the proper length, and that's when they put the bag on there to catch it. And when they finish, my God, I haven't seen such beautiful lawns before. It doesn't look the same way as when I get out there with the mower and I just follow my mower up and back. I come inside, I have some water, and I'm hot, exhausted, and sweating. So I have mowed the lawn, I would say like now on an average, and no, not the whole yard. I mow one path, okay? It's basically replaced my treadmill for that day. So I will mow the lawn twice on the day that I decide to mow the lawn. And I don't go a whole week. I actually go 5 days, all right? I use the bagger on there, and it looks like somebody went over my lawn with the vacuum cleaner. I have never had that patch of grass look so good. Anyway, I've been binge watching that. And you never know what people will binge watch. So you could binge watch Carlos at Motivated Minds. Somebody just gets hooked on Carlos, and they want to watch one video after another video after another video. And I can tell when people are doing that on my channel, because they'll make a comment on a video I did 3 years ago, and I'm going like, I don't understand. Why are they watching a 3-year-old video? And then I figure it out, okay? Because then they'll make a comment on another video. So they're binge watching me, just like I'm binge watching things that I have gotten excited about. Like tea. Except I don't think I'm going to binge watch tea. So I started by talking about Carlos saying something about my shirt. I've never had that many comments on shirts, and that's when I went over to the grass cutting people, okay? Because I've never, boy, your shirt looks great. Your shoes look awesome. Your pants, man, that would be a little iffy, right? You know, you fill those pants out really nice. Maybe you should lose a few pounds, all right? So, but I promise you, I get comments on this shirt, and I'm thinking this needs to become the Christmas room shirt, honest to God, until somebody says, you wear the same damn shirt every time? I'm going to go, yeah. You want to make something about it? Let's meet outside in the yard, and we'll converse about this. So I get more, and you want to know something? It makes the camera look good. That color and the whatever the light does with this shirt, it does creep up. You know, like I've said this before, your underwear creeps up. Well, this shirt creeps up, and I don't like that, and nothing I can do about it, okay? So Craig says, thank you, Peter. Oh, I did that. And then Jim Mundy says, thank you, Peter. Happy birthday, Craig. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Psst. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Happy birthday, dear Jim. On Monday, it's your birthday. So Sammy says, what is that camera in the back of you? I'm about to tell you. Okay. So Julian is sending me a message on my phone. Here's my phone. Okay. And I told him not to send me a message between 10 and 11. So guess what he did? That's okay. I'm used to it now. It used to bother me. So Greg is saying happy birthday, Jim. Jim is saying happy birthday, Craig. We got any other birthdays in here? No? Okay. Well, if you do, don't be embarrassed. The worst I'm going to do is sing happy birthday to you. Peter, the Sony seems like an amazing time. What do you mean time? We'll get into it. You'll explain that. So Lewis is saying happy birthday to Craig, and he's saying happy birthday to everybody. And Sammy is saying happy birthday to everybody. And Craig is saying thank you to Lewis. And Jim Monday is saying, I think that donations grant idea is a good one. I happen to like it. But you know what the Bible says is to include a lot of counselors in your thinking. And I think most of you people in here know a little bit about YouTube. You're on YouTube yourselves, okay? You've got some smarts in your brain. So I figured the safest place is to run it past you. What if there's something wrong with that idea? I'm counting that somebody here would say something, okay? And I would have to take that under consideration. But it gives me a way to actually be a blessing to the other person, and it gives a way to say it without saying, hey, you want to sponsor and put some money up for your own show? This is where to do it, okay? Now, I can't say that. It sounds like these people that are always begging for money. I don't want to be that person. I'd rather be the guy that says, hey, this guy gave me some money, and I'm putting him right at the beginning of my show. Up front and center, or whatever the saying is. I like that. That really rang a bell in my brain. So thank you, Jim. You know, maybe we've stumbled onto something that other people haven't stumbled onto. Because they always say, this show is sponsored by so-and-so, and we'll get back to that in a few minutes. And then like Gerald Undone, storybooks. I mean, he does more sponsoring with storybooks. But then we get a commercial about storybooks. I don't want to do the commercial, okay? I want to do a way to say thank you and to bless the person that gave $100 or more. They could give $5,000, and they could be sponsoring a lot of shows, all right? But they'll get the opening sentence right off the bat. So this is where the blessing part of me kicks in. Hey, it's Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. This program is, how did I put it? Hey, this is Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. This program is brought to you by a donation grant from Jim Monday. Details are in the description down below. And then the introduction rolls, and then I come back and I go, hi everybody, I'll be Jerry Lewis for a few minutes, okay? So that person, in this case, in my example, Jim Monday gets the first sentence. And he gets blessed because guess what? He would have blessed me. Isn't that the right thing to do? Am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? I'm asking you directly, okay? If I'm doing it wrong, have the balls or the guts, let's talk nicely, to get up and say so. I want to hear back from a group of people that I trust. And guess who I trust? It's most of you, okay? So, Lewis says, Peter and friends, do you have any lens recommendations for the E10? I'm really leaning into it or on it. Yeah, that's a good camera. Here's one of the secrets with that camera. It's not a secret, but you're going to hear something from me that you're probably not going to hear from other people. The camera starts off really good, okay? So I believe Jim Monday uses the E10. Not sure, but I think he does, okay? And I think Mark Bennett uses the E10. So that's two guys that are trustworthy right off the bat. All right, so you could go there and see what they think. Now, I have two of them here, okay, and they're both in this room right now. I juggled the cameras around this week, so I have to remember where what is, all right? So the better the lens that you put on the E10, the better the camera looks. So it starts off looking very nice with the 16 to 50 kit lens that you could get for $100 when you buy that camera. And once you get baptized into that camera, Lewis, or anybody that's interested in E10, you actually become one with the camera. So when you hear people like me go like, hey, it's too much like a computer, or you hear somebody else is like, I like the Canon ecosystem better. If you work, Lewis, buddy, listen to me. All right, baby, listen, this is important. If you work with any camera at all for a week, it becomes part of your flow. You can ignore the people, including me, that say things like, I like the lens, I like the menu system in the Canon better. And I do, okay? But if I work with the E10, if I take it to bed with me, that's the words I use because it makes people pay attention, okay? I don't have any bad agenda when I say that. It just gets people, so I'm not so damn bland, all right? I take the camera to bed with me. Ooh, you see what I mean? It's got that little zinger, and that's all I mean by it. But I have taken the Z10 with me for 1 or 2 days everywhere I go, and you get to work the camera. But the problem in here is I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras and a phone that's over here. In case you haven't noticed, there's a phone. My iPhone is right here, okay? So there's too much jumbling going on. So when I say a camera is really easy, it really is, okay? So the E10 is very good, Lewis. I have no problems with you getting the E10. So if you get the E10 with the 16 to 50, you're actually doing very good. Now, if you add a lens, so you got 2 ways to go after you go down the middle. You got the left and you got the right, or the opposite. You got the left and you got the right, okay? So on one side, you might want to add something that's wider. And the reason is the world looks different when you use a wider lens. When you're taking pictures, a wide lens actually requires a little bit more skills, because with a wide lens versus a telephoto, you actually have to do a couple of things to make a picture look better than just a snapshot. You have to actually marry what's close with what's far, okay? Now that doesn't sound so intellectual, but when you marry what's close with what's far, you actually come up with a very good picture. So on a wide lens, you might be what's close, okay? And then you might have a building or a subway train or something in the back, all right? You need to put those together to make a wide lens give you an excellent looking picture. There's a skill that goes with it. But I just did tell you the entire secret. You don't have to go hunting for it, okay? So if I was going to take a picture, I would want something closer to me, something farther than me, and I'm what I'm focusing on. Now, it's actually hard sometimes to get something closer than you. So I remember that dance that you did in the subway, okay? So Lewis went down to the subway, something that you and I wouldn't do. It would be too embarrassing, but Lewis is a professional showman. He set up the camera and he just started dancing in the subway with just people walking around. And he danced and he did a great job. And people would stop and look at him and stuff. That takes balls, okay? It really does. I wouldn't set up a camera and go dancing in the subway. I wouldn't set up a camera and go singing in the subway, all right? So it took me a while to be able to sing to you guys, but now I can sing a song to you on the drop of a dime. And I don't really care what it sounds like, what I look like. There's no embarrassment because it's now a part of me and what I do, okay? So that's the secret to a wide-angle lens. So you might want to add a wide-angle lens. Now, back to the middle. You might want to add a telephoto lens. A telephoto lens is actually a lot easier to use, okay? Then the third thing is you might want to add a lens that does both. All right, so a lens that would do both would be, all right, so the wide angle, I would probably suggest for the E10 the 15 millimeter 1 point something. Might be a 1.8, might be a 1.4, okay? Jot it down, okay, because I'm not going to remember. So that would be my wide angle lens. And on a crop sensor, it's going to be like a 22 millimeter, which is very nice, okay? Now, you got the telephoto if you bought the kit, which is a 16 to 50. And you go, well, Peter, the 16 is wide enough. Why do I need a wide angle? Because it's the kit lens. It's going to come in like at 3.5 to 6.3, all right? It's going to not be so hot in low light. So you need a wide angle lens that does good low light. So that would be the 15 millimeter Sony brand. That's a good lens. On the telephoto side, you would probably want, let me think about this for a second. You would probably want something around a 50 millimeter, anywhere from 50 to 70. And that becomes telephoto. Now the key is you want a wide aperture, 1.4, 1.8. All right, because for everything else, you've got the 16 to 50. So once you have those three, you populated your camera bag with the main lens, which is a zoom, and then you get the two primes, you've populated your bag very well. Now, you could skip the primes, all right, by adding a second zoom, like a Sigma 16 to 28 2.8. No extra zoom, no extra primes. Primes are lenses that don't move, okay? That would be a good choice also. It's 2.8. It'll go down to 16 millimeter, which is very close to the 15 that I told you or suggested. And it goes to 28, which is half of 28? 14. So if you add 14 to 28, you got 28, 38, and 4, you're at 42. So with that Sigma 16 to 28 f2.8, you're covering 22 to 42, which is a very nice thing. So you just buy one thing at a time, okay? So good choice, Louis. Randy's here. I'm surprised he's not sleeping or driving. With Randy now, it's more like he's driving. So I learned to wait for the city to cut the ditch, and then I finished what they missed. I don't understand that. Okay, the good thing is that they got a new guy, and I only had to do around fence and house. Oh, he's talking about landscaping. So he's waiting for the city to cut the ditch, talking about the grass, because he has a ditch near him or on the side or where of his house. So I got it, Randy. Maybe I wasn't the fastest guy in the book, okay? So he waits for the city to come and cut the ditch. Good work, okay? And then he finishes what they missed. The good thing is that they got a new guy, and I only had to do around the fence and the house. Which is about 3 feet. I am happy. I'll buy you a lawnmower if you want, Randy. Just say the word. All righty. So not only is Randy awake, he was paying attention. And not only is Randy awake and paying attention, he's been doing a lot of driving around with that new R6 Mark II that he's got. And some of those pictures have like, wow, that was awesome. And I believe most of them are in the AI setting. Lewis says, Peter, you look stunning. Thank you, Lewis. That's a very nice compliment. Funnel Fest is saying hello and happy birthday to everybody who's having birthdays. And Lewis says, I have a Canon lens, but Sony is so nice. You got my approval with that Sony. Okay, so when you're ready to make the move, you go ahead and buy it. I still would like you to call me or send me so I can talk to you, but that's up to you. You don't like me anymore. What am I going to say? all I could say is, Louis doesn't like me anymore. So Jim is saying, Carlos, I just missed you when I was doing the live this week. I ended the show and then your comment came in. So thanks for coming over. All right, so we have had some activity in this week. All right, so we've had Jim Monday go live. All right, we had Motivated Minds. I don't know if he was live or he made a video. We got Randy that puts up more videos and Carter has liver pills. And who else put some stuff up? Okay, you could tell me, I could go look, but I'd rather you tell me. So yes, actually Carlos is the one that gave me the heads up when Jim went live, because I didn't realize that Jim went live. So Carlos sent me a text and said, Jim is live. Get your ASS over there. So he had signed off. But, you know, I could fix that really easy. I just called him on the phone. And then we spent 2-3 hours on the phone together. That'll teach you to take a call from me, anybody. Anybody else enjoying their tea? No? You're missing out. Lewis says, thank you, Peter. You are a wealth of knowledge. All right, so I'm going to stop right there because I have an intention for this show, okay? So the intention is, let me switch over to the Z6. All right, so I'm switching over to the Z6, and there's a reason, okay? Because I'm going to go and turn on the Panasonic S5.2, S5 Mark II or S52. I'm going to turn on so you could see the focus box on my face. I'm going to have to get up, but I have the lapel mic on here. So I'm actually able to go over there, and you could still hear me as I do this. So I'm over at the camera now, and I'm going to switch to a preset. So I did that. I already did it. It was actually very, very easy. Now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to sit down in my chair. Okay, now if I go back to the Panasonic, okay, you should be able to see the gold box and a crosshair, very thin crosshair, telling you where it's focusing. So this is where I normally focus. So this allows me to focus and do my Greek stuff when talk like this, and it doesn't change the focus, okay? So this is the video I want to make for the other channel, all right? I want to do this, all right? So Sammy says, what's this other camera you got back here? So I have my iPhone here, all right? So I'm going to go to that camera back there. So this is the Olympus, all right? So that is the Olympus OMD Mark II, if I could find it, all right? So now it's actually showing you my iPhone, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to go around. I should actually make it so you can see what I'm going to do, right? So I'm going to get up and I'm going to go around and I'm going to manually focus this camera on that iPhone. Where are you? You're over there, okay? So I have the focus peaking on. Okay. I'm not quite happy with that. Okay, now I got it. Okay. So I just did the focusing on the Olympus. So right behind my chair, which is I sit right here, I have the Olympus OMD EM1. Okay, so I took that out of the kitchen and I put the Nikon ZFC that was over here in the kitchen. And over here, this is out of circulation right now because I have that camera plugged in. So you'll be able to see that camera in a second, okay? So I can only put 4 cameras live in here. Well, I could do better, but they're all at 4K. by unplugging the E10 that's over there. But you're looking at an E10 here. Now you guys know that if you look over here, you could tell what camera I'm using and usually the lens, okay? So that's what I've got running right now. The reason I have that running is when I sit here, okay, I can go over to the Olympus, which is right down here. All right, now I could show you my phone. So that I don't actually accidentally tap on this, I'm using a pen, okay? But right here, there's a hamburger. So I click on the hamburger, all right? And this is set up to be connected to the S5 Mark II by Wi-Fi. So I'm actually able to come into the autofocus settings, all right? Now this is the way they tell you to set it up on the internet. They want you to put it on human, okay, which is checked now, or human, animal plus human, okay, which I don't know what that does. It looks for different sets of eyes. So if you go back there, and they want you to put it over to tracking, okay? So that's where I have it set up. This is the way the camera came out of the box, all right? So now I'm going to use the return, and I'm back over here. So now let's look at the Panasonic. And so what prompted all of this is I will get people that go like, the Panasonic is not quite up to the Sony yet, or the Canon. They've done a great job by putting in, stop writing on my finger. They've done a great job by putting in phase detection, autofocus, okay? So now, here's the problem with this. And this is what happens, and people go, well, this is not up to the Sony yet. Well, there's a reason. This camera will allow you so much control that unless you learn what to control, and this is not a good versus bad. This is a I know what to do versus I don't know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, you're not going to make the camera work properly. So they don't. So now if I talk Greek and I point over there, okay, it's now, you see how it goes? You see how you get a yellow box bigger? Now, it actually switches to body cam instead of face cam, okay? That's not a good thing, all right? But it is a good thing in certain circumstances. Now, if you're actually working this camera and you're holding it, this stuff is just stuff that you need to learn, okay, to work this camera properly. Now, if you're a one-man band like me, I don't have a person by the camera, but I do have this app, which I didn't even know existed until this last week. So I'm able to control this. So now watch my face, all right? You see that there's a white box, okay? You see it can't decide whether to stay in and focus on my face or if it wants to go over wider. So that's what you see, the gold box. Either it's around my face or it expands if it loses my face. So watch this. So if I don't fall, but I come out here, okay, now it's switched over to not focusing on my face, but it is focusing on my body. It's automatically switched over to body cam. But if something comes up in front, where is it going to focus? Okay, it's going to go for the hand. You see how my eyes are out of focus? Well, I don't want that. I want it to stay on the eyes. Now, when I go back into this area where there's a faint white box, it's now got the yellow box, the gold box, around my face. Okay, that's all well and good. But when the people are out there and they're going like this, and they got this, and they're walking back and forth, and it switches to body cam, it'll actually not focus properly. So if I point my hand over there, guess what's in focus? Okay, that actually happened. And the person made the declaration, well, the focus system is not as good as the Sony's, because the Sony would not have done that. Well, yes, it would, except the Sony, it comes out of the box a little bit different. So how you fix this? How do you fix this? All right. So let me show you first of all. So if if you get a box from B&H, okay, and that box is in the picture down here, all right, what is it focusing on? I mean, there's plainly a face here, but it decides to go and focus on the B&H box that came in from UPS. If I drop the box out, okay, it goes back to my face. Let's do that same exact thing with the Sony, okay? So now we're going to bring in the Sony camera. So this is the Sony E10, all right? So this is where I got burnt before with the Sony because I didn't know enough on how to control it. So if you put that same box up here, it will do a little bit better job of keeping my eyes in focus, okay? But that box, it will also get you to come over and focus on the box, all right? Now, what they call this with Sony is product showcase. So now I have product showcase turned off. So what that's telling the camera to do, ignore the damn box that Peter's flashing in front of you and pay attention to the eyes. That's with the product showcase off. If I turn product showcase on, which I'm not going to do, okay, it would do exactly this. It would just go immediately and focus on the closest object. Well, the same stuff happens with the Panasonic, but you have to know how to deal with that before you make the declaration that the focus system is not as good as Sony's. So the focus system is as good as Sony's, which you have to tell the Panasonic you want it to prioritize the eyes, okay, and the face over doing something like this, because this is going to attract the box like it was product showcase. It will also get a hold of hands, and then my hand will go in focus, all right? How do you fix that, all right? I'm going to show you how that gets fixed. First of all, notice the big gold box. That means it's looking for something outside my face. I don't want it to do that. I want it to stay on my face come hell or high water. You can do that like this, okay? You come over to and you turn on your Sony camera, okay? Now you go over to the hamburger menu. So once you go to the hamburger menu, you've got all these things you can control, all right? So you're going to go over to the AF settings. And now you're going to change it from detecting human and animal to face and the eye. So now I actually, and I'm going to go all the way back out, all right? So now, all the way back out, Peter. So now I am actually telling the camera that I want to center on the face and the eyes. But we still have a problem, okay? You can do this, and this is what they tell you to do, all right? But it's still, if I come all the way out here, all right, what's in focus? Can you tell me what's in focus? I'll give you a hint. Let me use the other hand so I don't fall out of this chair. If I put my hand in that imaginary white box, okay, what just went into focus? My hand, in case you can't tell. Hello, pay attention, all right? So my hand is in focus. If I drop my hand, the tree becomes in focus, but my face is still not in focus because I'm in the tracking mode. I have to do one more change. Now, if you're holding the camera and you're just working with people, this happens very quickly. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go to the Olympus. All right. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit the hamburger. Okay. Hamburger is the 3 lines whenever you see it. And I'm going to go into the AF setting. Now I'm going to change the tracking. I'm going to go to full area autofocus. Okay. Now I have it set to full area autofocus, and I have it set to face and eye. Okay, and now I'm going to back all the way out to the beginning. Now I'm going to go back over to the Lumix, okay, the S52. All right, so now you notice the white box is gone. There's no white box. And if I try to fall out of the chair, what's it focusing on now? It's focusing on my face. So you have an incredible amount of control with this camera that you don't have on other cameras, including Sony and Canon. However, I have to say, Canon just added a feature in the menu, okay? Randy, if you check it out, it will tell the camera where you can tell it to prioritize what face it's focused on. So even if I do this, even if I talk with my hands and I point over there and I point over here, it's going to stay the focus on my face. This is not a one does all, because if I go out to the park and I'm going to walk around in the park, okay, it does make a difference. However, this is the area where I'm not sure if the S52 is as good as the Sony. And this is, we're going to do it right now, okay? I'm going to get up, I'm going to leave the frame, okay? So now the camera is focused on the chair, all right? Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to sit my butt down on the piano bench, all right? Now it found a face. Do you see the gold box? Okay, so it's not focusing on this chair. Even if I move the chair and I try to tempt it and I try to tease it, okay, I got to stop looking at my monitor. It is locked in on my face. So I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 feet away, okay? So even if I was in the park, now what if I went 30 feet away? I can't do this. There's a wall there. And no, I'm not going out in the park, okay? That, Sean did that at Geeky Nerdy, Shane, I'm sorry, did that at Geeky Nerdy Techie. He went out in the park. But Shane did do one of these. And guess what? The camera screwed up. All right, so this is how you actually learn to control the camera. So this is not a good focus system, bad focus system judgment. This is what I want to show people, that hey, you need to learn how to work the camera because it makes a difference. So in this mode, I can come all the way over here, okay, and the box stays on my face. I could put my hand out here and it doesn't get attracted by my hand. If I set it up back, okay, if I go back, all right, so let's go to the E10, okay, not the E10, the Olympus, okay, so the Olympus is focused on here, all right, and I'm using the 75mm Olympus. So I'm going to go to the hamburger, okay, and I'm going to go to the AF settings, all right, so you have tracking. Where's the pen? I don't want to accidentally tap on this. You have tracking, you've got full area autofocus, you've got zone, 1 area plus, and 1 area, okay? Now, where I'm sitting now, if I wanted to make sure that it's my face, that it only ever focuses on, I would actually go to 1 area, and I would actually select the area, okay? So, can you see, before I go back to the camera, can you actually see the white box there? So if I put the white box over there, it's going to focus out there and it's going to ignore my face. Okay, so let's go back over. I'm going to tap back on my face in a second. But I'm going to go back over to the S52, okay? So what's in focus? Can you see the white box? All right, do you see it over there? Now, you see there's actually 2 boxes there. Let's get it in a little darker area, okay? There's an inner box and there's an outer box. So the inner box is taking precedence and it'll expand itself to the outer box, okay? I don't know if you can see that. Now, I'm going to tap it back on, right on my eyes, okay? So now it's right back on my eyes. So I can take my box. Okay, so if I bend over, what happened? All right, it went to the tree. If I sit up, what happened? Okay, so now if I take my B&H box, it's not tempted. Okay, I can swing this box all over the place and we have solid stick-like glue focus on the face. Now, there's places to use that and there's places to use some of the other focus choices. All of this is in the camera, very easy at the push of the button. So the only negative that I have to say here is, and this is at you, Panasonic, and I'm going to actually make a point of this, is there's a button on the back of this camera. And when you push that button, you get all these focus system choices. Like I just showed you, you got area +1. You can narrow it even more by just saying area no +1. You could say full width, or you could say tracking. So tracking is kind of like Canon. You tap there, it's going to track there. You tap there, it's going to track there. You tap on the nose, it's going to track there. You tap on a nice, beautiful woman right there, it's going to track those things perfectly. Okay, that's tap and track. Canon has that. Sony is just starting to add that. Okay. So this camera actually is more developed in the focus area. The guy that's actually shooting and has a video running, and he's actually holding the camera, and let's say we're working a birthday party, or he's working a wedding, all these crazy tools are available to him. Okay? And then if the guy has a YouTube channel like me, I can put the app here, and it doesn't have to be here. I got it set up here so that camera will actually focus over here. Now this doesn't mean it's not going to trip up. It will trip up. But this is the video I am actually working on to present on the other channel. The one that's going to go so-and-so. This video has been brought to you by so-and-so. It's going to be, that's going to be on there, and that's where this video is going. So did I get the point across? And where have I made mistakes in explaining this to you, so where I can do better? Because after it's done, you might have a good idea, but I'm not going to go do it over again because it's already going to have views. That's why I wanted to do this to show you what I'm doing. So now let's catch up because we have hit the hour and Sly should be scheduled to come in. You just need suspenders with Christmas lights. Boy, is that corny, okay? It's kind of like an ugly, and that should stop the creeping from happening. I don't have underwear and pants creeping. It's the shirt. So I need to keep this back. You notice how in the back of my shirt it creeps up, and I want it flat. I want my neckline flat, like that, okay? See how my neck is flat? My neckline, my shoulder line is flat. It's the shirt is bunching up and coming up like that. And I don't like that. It's not my underwear and it's not my pants that's creeping up or down. It's the shirt. It would kind of be suspenders in the reverse, right, Randy? Okay, so Funny is saying happy birthday. Lewis is saying I have Canon lenses, but the Sony is so nice. All right, so Jim is talking. You don't mind the gold box. I could turn it off if you want. Or maybe you might want to see something else, okay? So Lewis says, I have Canon. You're going to start a new line. That's what's going to happen. And you're at an age where you can afford to have more than one line. It might not happen overnight, okay? But you can do it. So this is where Jim was saying that, Carlos, I just missed you. Norm is here. Merry Christmas, Peter. Good evening, Greggies around the world. It's a warm summer night in Toronto. What is it like in Miami? It's a chicken night, Norman. It's a chicken night. What is Sly taught me a new thing? Winner, chicken dinner. Okay, that's what you won. You won a chicken dinner. So it's hot here all the time, but we're kind of like rainy. So it gets hot, humid, and muggy. So good to have you here, Norm. I love you, buddy. Okay, so you know these cameras. How did this appeal to you, Norm? Did I find something where I could teach some people something that's pretty good with this camera? Because what motivated all that? What motivated all that is my hand here. I'm not even walking around. And I'm going like, damn, it's not as sticky as the Sony. But why is the Sony so sticky? The Sony is sticky because it's got that product showcase. Well, they didn't call it product showcase on my phone or in the menu system there. They call it face and eye. Priority is on the face and the eye. So right now, as long as my face and eye stays inside the white box, okay? The gold box is showing you what it's actually doing. The white box, which is right there, I'm tickling it, okay? That white box there and here, I'm tickling it again, okay? That white box is the parameters of where I'm telling it to focus in that box, okay? Now, I can cut that out here and on the camera by just going to not the tap and track, but by going to the full area, all right? And even in the full area, I could tap on my nose. So it's a very powerful focus system. The big flaw, here's the big flaw, okay? This is not a deal breaker. This is just sloppy programming, okay? Is all of this stuff is in the button that takes you to the focus area. And it goes through all the different types of focuses, okay? Tap and track, focus area plus, whatever else is in there. All of that is in one area, okay? What's missing from that area? It's missing the ability to go to the face and eye and prioritize that. You have to leave that, go to another menu setting that you're going to have to find. That should not be like that. They should put what's necessary for me to run this camera like a boss all in that one button. I'm not an engineer, I can't tell them how to do that, but it's all there in the camera. So we're not talking about processor ability or I want to change this feature. No, I'm not talking about that, okay? Because the camera is what it is. It's built in, all right? But when I hit the button for the autofocus, and I could choose tap and track, wide area, area focus plus, and whatever. There might be another one in there. I should also be able to change it from human and animal. I'm the human, in case you're wondering. I'm not the animal. And I should be able to toggle it over to face and eye, right in that same window. That is a blunder, okay? Sony didn't blunder because they actually dedicated a button for product showcase. So you hit that button and it'll put that in. So maybe I can assign a button, okay, to take me to that, but it's still two different spots. With the Sony, you don't go to two different spots. You hit that button, you're in Product Showcase. So what does Product Showcase do again? Product Showcase allows me to showcase a product, just like that, okay? So I put it in my gold box and it does that. So it's already there, okay? So the problem is on some bigger areas like a hall or like at your house or something, I need to go where you get the box around the human out here. But what happens with that is it makes the camera zoom in and out. So let me go over here. Okay, I'm going to the hamburger. I'm going to the AF settings. Okay, I'm going to go to the tracking. Okay, so now I'm in the tracking and I'm going to go to the human or human and animal. Okay, I don't have an animal here, so I don't know if it makes a difference. Okay, so as soon as it detects something, okay, that it might think is tempting it, it actually gives me that bigger body cam, okay? So you see where the gold box is now? The gold box is actually focusing on a bigger area. The camera did that all by itself. I did not do that. But this is the human animal setting, all right? Now, what's more important, this box or this face, all right? It's actually the face. Now, where you can get burnt is if you decide to have the box kind of like this and you want to lean on it, all right? So the Sony will actually, before they fixed it, so if I put this box on my table, let's say I have a table here, all right? So if I put this box on my table, it's going to default to the box and my bubble wrap is going to be in focus. I don't want that, all right? And I can take care of that. Now, there is places where I do want it to go to a wider. So if I actually bend down to scratch my feet, now instead of going back to the Christmas tree, it's still finding my body. So it's like, well, Peter, why do you bother using that? Because it's still, if I bow down to scratch my toe because it's itchy, it still finds the body. So yeah, there is some definite benefit to doing that. But here's where the lack of benefit comes from. This is where it has happened, where other YouTubers have said the focus system is not so good. So if I point over there, we just stopped eye focus, okay? And now if I put my hand down, we're back on eye focus. So this has happened, well, I don't want to name names, okay? Some big time YouTubers have had where I'm pointing to that, and now it dutifully and beautifully changed to the box, okay? So if I put my hands up here and I can't decide, you're going to see, well, it's staying on the eyes. But if I get close enough, now it went to body cam. Did I explain that good, or am I just not getting the message across? All right, so let's see what you guys are thinking. I think I kind of finished. On what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, let's go up there and turn off the gold box, okay? In case somebody doesn't like the gold box. It's actually very quick to do. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to go here, and I'm done. One and done. So the gold box is gone, but that same focus system is now operating in the background, and I still have access to it on my iPhone. So if you're a YouTuber and you're a one-man band, there's nobody else there to help you, the iPhone actually allows you to control the focus system right here where you are. Okay, so now I turn the gold box off. We're back with the face. The Olympus camera, well, I'm going to leave it there over the weekend because I need to actually record what I just said to the people. Unless this was good enough, maybe I can edit this. We'll find out, all right? So let's see what you guys are thinking. This is going to be really interesting to me. Lewis is saying, anything else I need that is absolutely essential? Clean underwear. And if you wear glasses, bring your glasses or you can't see. Like if I take my glasses off, it's going to be very hard for me to control all this stuff. I have to wear my glasses, which is telling me something. I actually, see, like right now, I just leaned forward from leaning back. It might have a little bit of a problem, okay? It might look at the body. Now the body is good for it to focus on, all right? So this is not where I would set it up. So I would set this up, going to go into the hamburger. If you've got it memorized, I'm going to AF settings, and I'm going to go to the full area autofocus, okay? And I'm going to take it out of animal, and I'm going to go to face and eye, okay? And, oh, I need to come out, go back to the main window, all right? So now what this has done is if I do this, okay, it needs to follow my face, not go over to the tree, all right? And if I do this, okay, it needs to, I have to go back. I don't know what it did, okay, but I'll check on what it did. It needs to find the body. So this is where I need, now if I need it to be a little tighter, I could switch out of full area tracking and just limit it to right around my head. Okay, that's what I'd like to find on that Nikon Z6 that I can't. But I told it its general area, okay? So here we go, here we go. Somebody needs to check on Roy Bixby and see if he fell in. You okay, Roy? Hey, big boy, what you doing down there? If everything's okay, just pop in and say hi. So Sammy, Peter, I posted a video in a while, and it felt good. Okay. So he hasn't posted in a while, and it felt good. That's fine. Here's Roy, and we thought that Roy fell in. Did you wash your hands, Roy? I'm just behind on my work, trying to catch up on a shoot that I should have finished days ago. I know just how you feel, okay? So Woody says, good to see you back, Roy. Any news on Chuck? I didn't go over there to check, but if there is, please just say it so we know that the man is, I keep praying for him. You using the lav mic tonight? Yes, because I had to go over there. I went back there and sat on the piano bench so I could show you that this works good up close, this works good far, and the focus system on here is better than I thought because people have actually made comments, the focus system is not that good, and I'm going like, wait, these are people that I like. What problem were they having? Well, that's what the problem was. I just showed it to you, okay? All right, so Lewis is here. Hi, everybody. We'll see you, Lewis, tomorrow night, if God is willing and the bridge ain't up, okay? And we'll come in to say hi to Aiden and all that good stuff. I will need to say goodbyes. I'm going to say goodbye any second now, too. Be safe and enjoy your week. And Roy says, stop you saying hamburger. It's past lunchtime here. Hamburger, 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 hamburger with ketchup. And I put my fries inside the hamburger. Oh, that tastes so good. So I'm skipping over a couple of you because I need to log off before Sly comes on. Woody says, can't wait to see this AF test on the big channel. It's going to be good. Well, the ones that are good, Woody, is the ones that basically don't get traction. But for that one guy that needed what I just showed him, it becomes very important, critically. I shoot mostly products, so I don't need AF. Jim says, I agree, this will be a great video on the big channel with all the good press the S52 is getting right now. This topic will likely draw some many views. I swear my GH2 had tap and track and it worked really well. It does. The Panasonic, the ones before this has tap and track. The problem with the Panasonics is, number one, the system that they were using. And number two, I can't tell you the origin of where this came from because I can't. I'm not allowed. All right? The problem with all the cameras prior to this on the Panasonics, they did not have the processing power. So I had a G9 in here, which is a great camera. And it would actually put the gold boxes exactly where they would. What they were supposed to be, I should say. But they wouldn't obey. And I would tell the Panasonic guy that I spoke with on the phone, why is it showing me my body cam and focusing somewhere else? He said, well, the engineers are not going to tell you this, but it doesn't have the processing power. It's using its processing power to identify what to focus on. But to tell it to go do that, it doesn't have the processing power. So that's where it falls down. It falls down however this camera fixes it. And like I said, when this camera came in and I started doing that, and I started doing that, and it lost its focus. Actually, it just lost its focus for a second, right there. Focused on the cup. So that doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, okay? But it means I know why. So if that really pissed me off by doing that, and it actually went to that cup, okay? All right, see, went to the cup right there. Here's what I would do to fix that, okay? I would go into the hamburger. Hamburger, Roy, pay attention, okay? I'd go to the AF setting, and I would go into the one area plus, okay? Now I'm going to go all the way back out, and I'm going to define that. So I'm going to do this now again. Come on, grab the cup. No, it can't, okay? Because the one area plus box is around my face, all right? I'll prove it to you. If I go to fall out of the chair, okay, I am not in the area where it's focusing. And it's not going to focus on me. It's going to focus what's in the box I just defined. If I sit up again, okay, it will stay in that one area. Now, I can adjust the speed, which is another area which I didn't even bring up, as to how quickly it responds to what I'm doing, right? So I have it pretty much set at a normal speed. I think I'm addicted to this tea. Better put it down. So wait, let's bring this cup back. So when I did this and it went to the cup, in a little tiny way, it pissed me off, okay? Because it shouldn't do that. If I go over to the Sony, okay, and I'm sitting here, the shirt is riding up, and I take the spoon out, okay, and if I do this, all right, the Sony's not going to lose my eyes, okay? That's because I don't have the product showcase on, even if I go right underneath it. Now, if I invade my face, okay, it's going to focus on the cup because I've invaded the face area. Okay, now if I turn product showcase on this camera, and I have not connected that camera up with the phone, So I don't know what kind of controls are in there. But if I was holding the camera and working it, you know, work that thing, girl, work it, okay? All right, if I turn Product Showcase on and I did that, it would immediately go over here, over the eyes, because at that point, it goes to the closest item that it has an area to focus on. Very simple button. You can do that and a lot more over here at the S5 Mark II, okay? So let's work our way down here because we are about to lose me. Sony has great engineers. I bought a few old Minolta lenses when I first got my Sony, very cheap, but fun to play with, yep. You need to put this behind a paywall, Peter. You know, I don't know if you watch Sean Cannell, Think Media. That was on the topic, I think, last night or today, where people were saying, I don't know what to put behind the paywall and what I don't put behind the paywall, okay? So his answer was, you don't have to hide that behind the paywall. Only a certain number of people are going to actually see that video, number one. Number two, any information that you want, you could find it for free. So where the paywall, this was his answer. I'm not fighting for behind the paywall or not behind the paywall. I'm just telling you what his answer was. His answer was, a person usually will go behind the paywall because they want you, okay? They want to learn it from you. Then the other reason is some people will never go behind a paywall, all right? Those people, it doesn't matter what song and dance you do, they're not going behind the paywall, all right? So a paywall means that you're going to put this in your course. You've got to pay to get this information, okay? So there's some people that would never pay. And then there's some people that feel better when they pay for something, especially if they're already connected to you. They want you to spoon feed them. I don't know how else to put it in a nicer way. And you are going to take the time to give them excellent content, and they are willing to pay for the information. Okay, that's the way he explained it. So you can look up Think Media with their live show either today or yesterday, and they do a lot of talking about what you can do and put in front of the paywall and behind, and I'm going like, this is going to be damn interesting because I get that same thought. All right, so like if I were to sign up with you, it's the hands-on counseling I'm going to get with you, or knowing that you covered every jot and tittle, okay, versus where you could say cover in a video the same topic, but somebody would have to binge on you, and that person would never go behind the paywall. So you really want to attract a person that would say, oh, I am very attached to Carlos now. I want to give him money. I want to go behind this paywall. I want the experience of being part of Carlos's community, okay, and others that are in his community, which you can't get outside the paywall, all right? That was the explanation. I kind of bit it somewhat, but I could be argue with it. So we are at 11:30, which means Sly is coming up, and Roy is making comments. I like that. Learn to set up your S5 Mark II like a boss. Can I steal that from you? Well, I'm gonna, okay? I'll send you $1. David is here. I love you, David. I just reading you when I'm leaving, okay? You look so good, Peter. Look at this stuff, guys. See, people keep saying you look so good. You look so good. And it's not me. It's the shirt, okay? Remember 1997. This was good enough for your video, Randy says. So I could just get in there and do some editing. Or I could just try to do it again, okay? Roy Bixby says hi. Hi, Roy. No new Chuck news. Boy, really, whatever it is. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. David says, YouTube hasn't given Peter the permit for the paywall to be built yet. No super chats yet. Not here, but on the other one it is. And that's not the paywall, just FYI. The paywall is when somebody buys your course, and then you give them all you got. Okay, now those courses are usually not $49 or $100. They range between, they're supposed to start between $300 and $1,000. That's the paywall. You're supposed to suck them into your community, and what they have to do is they have to be attracted to you. They want you and no one else, okay? That's why they pay that kind of money, because they get hands-on with you, okay? That title was for your video, all yours. You're such a good guy. You're such a good guy, Carlos. All right, I have to say goodbye, guys. If you're watching this on the repeat or whatever they call it, we got to come up with a better thing than the rerun or the repeat. It sounds like secondhand. If you're watching this already processed, okay, do leave a comment, you guys. And by God, I didn't even mention it. Use my links. I'm actually getting good people just going over there and clicking on the links and shopping around. And people like ADORAMA and stuff, they're going like, Peter, your links, the clicks are up, so they're noticing. So do that for me, okay? I didn't say buy anything. If you're going to buy something, by all means, click my link. Dang, do I have to tell you that? But just go over there and look around. All right, I think it's time to go. Let's go over to Sly. And I didn't see her come in, so I hope she's going to be there. If not, what can I tell you? I love each and every one of you. And God willing, and the bridge is not up, I'll see you next Friday. Happy birthday, Craig. Happy birthday, Jim, and anybody else that's having a birthday. I pray for you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.